YOLO, what's going on, everybody? Back out here again today to do another preemptive cryptocurrency video for you all today. And you know what it is. We like to do things different on this channel. The Daily Candle Close News, where we bring you the esoteric, occultic knowledge hidden in the world. Today's video will not be for the weak-hearted. And it's one I've been working on, and I truly hope you enjoy it. It'll be solely around the latest PSYOP and most recent PSYOP on the world stage we've been witnessing, as well as that Mark of the Beast Decode that I promised you all. Pivotal times in the market, and definitely times to keep calm. And I wanted to show how I believe this has all been playing into the volatility we've recently been seeing, and I've spoken about that highly and extensively in my last few videos, and I hope you check those out. You guys know I like to keep calm, especially during these times. These are the pivot points of the market, where the market makers are pushing retail to the limits, not only financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and always remember, it's their job to keep you scared of these markets and continue to make poor choices. It's when I started to study these market makers and how they move this market. It's more about patience and control for me. Control of my emotions and not letting them get the best of me. Not letting the price action of these cryptos control me, because then I'm letting something that's not even tangible, and something I can't control me, and control my energy, get my energy. And I've spoken about energy harvesting and manifestation in my last video, and I definitely hope you check that out. But we can't let these things be our master. The whole reason why it is called blockchain is simply, it's all in the name, you guys. And I think that's important that we pay attention to. We use the code. So when we look at blockchain, it's simply all in the name. It's all in the code, you guys. The block or the box, the prison cell, the chain is what's keeping us from being able to escape this prison. So, blockchain having the same matching numerology as slavery. So, with the same 42. So just very important, that we keep that in mind. And we don't let the hype or the anything get us distracted from the true agenda of this. And I'll be exposing that today. You must understand so you can understand, so you can upperstand. This crypto thing has nothing to do with emotions or anything to do with benefit you. It simply has everything to do with transhumanism. And the whole goal of my channel has been to, since day one, has been to attract those enlightened individuals who can see the truth so that they can thrive during times like this. And I don't mean people who want to just thrive financially. First, to achieve financial freedom, you must first achieve, spiritual freedom. And if people could just save their emotions and energy and what they're passionate about for, life and for freedom instead of money, then I think we could see a complete change in our physical reality, in our physical realm, as a whole. And so in between this video and making my next video, I definitely want you guys to think about this and remember this. Seek freedom, and the money will eventually show up. We talked about tapping that guardian angel on the shoulder in our last video and saying, hey, I believe this will one day be. Let's make it happen. Live every moment of your life with gratitude and love, and you'll begin to manifest abundance. Truly believe that we can manifest any and everything. That's the one and only truth that I believe is a common denominator amongst us all. These are the words that needed to be said, and if you do not resonate with them, then that's completely okay. Perhaps maybe this channel isn't for you. But if these are the words you needed to hear, if they empowered you, then go and spread it throughout your community. Because I know if you've already made it this far, on this little Facebook channel that talks about the wildest things, then you must be here for a reason. Then I believe it's because you're a leader as well. Someone who has the ability to help others during these very volatile and dark times in the world. And I know for a fact that's true, because when I speak, I say my words intentionally so that they are heard by the heirs of leadership. Don't let what's happening in the cryptocurrency market affect you. Make it be what makes you your best, because it's in the darkness where the stars shine their brightest. There's so much more to this life than what comes in this market. So from this point forward, I want anyone who follows this channel, whether they're a subscriber or a supporter, it doesn't matter. Whether you're a new timer, I'm grateful for you. Yes, I love you all. But from this day forward, if you're here, live every day of your life with love and gratitude, and try and manifest peace on earth. Don't let this market get the best of you. Take a moment, write down 5 things you're grateful for, and when you're done, take a deep breath, breathe out all negativity, all anxiety, all fear, any emotion that doesn't resonate on a high frequency with you. Let this be your new start. Every new breath, every new cycle, whatever's happening around you, none of it matters. From now on, you're okay with the chaos in the world, because you're going to manifest peace on earth and freedom. You're going to let go of things you cannot control and change. And, this is your start, you guys, to combat this. Alright, and with all that being said, you guys, you know what it is. I believe that what you believe in your hearts and speak in your minds will eventually become your words and your reality one day. Which is why I speak love and gratitude. And why I've learned that what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset. And what gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset becomes an unconscious reaction and activity. And I just want mine to be guideful and helpful and nurturing to others. That's why we out here every day, you guys. With all that being said, we'll go ahead and get into everything. The video's not for the weak-hearted, like I stated in the beginning. We'll be talking about this virtual realm, and tying in the metaverse, the mark of the beast, this new variant. In this age of information, you guys, I believe that ignorance is still just a choice, And I don't say that to offend anybody, but you know, I don't kick my shoes off at the end of the day when I get home. I woke up at 2:30 a.m. yesterday morning, and we've been non-stop since we got home. No sleep, no quit, to bring you guys some of the most explosive artwork on the face of this earth. Point blank, period. And we'll get started and straight into that, you guys. Let's pause that. Take a quick look at the price charts for anybody who's, not interested in the decode, but we'll be doing technical analysis at the end of this video. But Bitcoin sitting at 48K, hopefully looking to continue this textbook W pattern breakout. But we'll be talking about all of this today. Going to try and provide you again some of my best work yet. But we'll go ahead and get started, you guys. Anyways, we've spoken about the liquidation event that was about 7 minutes long on Saturday recently, and this recent sell-off we've been seeing in the markets coming in around the beginning of December, etc. Since we hit our 69K top from Bitcoin, and some things to talk about that's playing into factor here with the economy and on the world stage. So definitely want to go ahead and start there. Something I've been wanting to bring to you guys because I've been seeing it used and targeted by people like Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell, globalist elite leaders in the world that control our economical movement and finances, etc. So but yeah, I'm not going to say it, but it's going to be a very powerful start to our entire everything tonight. But we see California already starting to implement mandates again, etc. Around this new variant, and we're seeing some very powerful connections already. Those that follow my channel, we see that 102 and the new laws of numerology would drop to 0, and we'd get 12, the mirror of 21. Saturn equals 21. Saturn also equals 42. So that's very powerful that we're getting that connection in Saturn right here, and that 39, the mirror of 93. And I'll go ahead and make that connection with everybody being in the year of Saturn and being very explosive. We're getting that 102, which sums to 21, that 42 matching in Saturn, as well as this new, psyop on the world stage, as well as that 39, the mirror of 93. Very powerful, and we're seeing all of this right now. Towards the end of the year, around this dark winter that was spoken about a year ago, as a warning, and we're getting that connection. We know that 29 is a very powerful number. We get that connection in these guys, our homeboys. So, just very powerful. That 29 connection in our homeboys, the Illuminati, that 120, which again would sum to 12, the same as 102, just 12. That's what we're getting there, the mirror of 21, and we know how powerful that 12 is. Especially when you know that, well, okay, there were 12 chakras, okay, 12 strands of DNA, 12 zodiacs, 12 planets, 12 months, 12 dimensions, just very powerful things. There were 12 disciples, correct, is what we're taught. And we have 12 cranial nerves in our brain. So, just very powerful connections around that 12. Okay, that 102, that 120, all summed to 12, the mirror of 21. We get that connection in our homeboys Illuminati with 69, tying us into Saturn, because I believe they're, members of the cult of Saturn, and, well, they worship Saturn and Kronos, Father Time, You're starting to see this repetition of the algorithm within itself throughout the words. You can call them whatever you want. You can call them Illuminati, New World Order. It's all in the code. Okay, 29. All right, just perceived as 2 nines. Like we talk about how you can perceive that 29 number, or that 27 number, or that 77 number. You know, I'm sorry, not 77, but that 27 number. You can perceive it as 2 nines, and that 2 nines coming back to Jupiter, you know, Zeus. Okay, you guys? So very important. Again, that 2 sevens. We'll talk about perceiving that as 2 sevens later. But that 99 or 2 nines, you see? So it's all in the code. But that 2 sevens, it all ties into, well, and we'll just go ahead and expose that right there. The 2 sevens, or the 27 in Jupiter, who practice these things that we speak about on this channel, and tie them into our everyday life. So, okay, just very powerful connections here. Just saying, I believe that's what's going on here, running the financial and entertainment industry along with the Jesuit order, and we'll speak about them too. But I don't know. Anyways, we're seeing all of this during 2 T's, right? Sagittarius. Yep. No, totally wrong. IUS. Sagittarius. Okay. So we're getting that same 29 in Sagittarius. We started to see this new variant during Sagittarius, right? During December. Okay. Getting that powerful connection with that 29 again, and I definitely want to bring that up. Because again, Jupiter, that we've spoken about already, is the ruling planet of Sagittarius, and we've spoken about this, and I'm going to truly show you how undeniable this decode is in a minute if you just hang out right here. But Jupiter, again, being the ruling planet of Sagittarius, okay, so we've got to bring Sagittarius into the picture because we started to see this new variant around the beginning of December. Actually, it was around December 2nd, you guys, when we started seeing the most explosive news around this. And, you know, Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell and everybody wanting to blame the, you know, the financial problems. I didn't bring those up, dang it. But I've shared them in a few videos ago, and they're wanting to blame, you know, this financial chaos to the markets around this new variant and the pandemic still. But around December 2nd, when we saw the most explosive news around this, it was, well, a day that left 29 days left in the year, giving us that 55 in numerology that day. Very powerful connections here. We know Satoshi Nakamoto equals 55, God equals 55, Satan equals 55, predestination equals 55. So very powerful connections that we've made on this channel. So we're seeing this again in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, the tiger, giving us that same 29, you guys. So very powerful. The tiger giving us that 47, that same 47 that we get in Tetragrammaton. I mean, you guys, you can't make this up. The Tetragrammaton being the puppet master, the 58. We expose this, you guys. You know, all the time. This prison planet. Okay? It's purgatory. I mean, Tetragrammaton having and puppet master equaling 58, having the same matching numerology as remote control. Like, you can't make this up, you guys, to be quite frank. And like, it's about to get explosive. I'm just saying. Let me finish. But Again, those two nines being perceived as 99, tying us into Jupiter. Seeing this new variant entering in Sagittarius, which is December. December gave us that 55. You guys, on the same day, we started seeing this news really start to break through the mainstream media. The news, which is just a broken compass, north, south, east, west, you guys. You know, but giving us that same 55. You can't make this up. You know, there's a reason why we're seeing this right now. That 44. I told you at the beginning of my video what this was all about. And it was all about. We'll get to that in a minute. But keep an eye out on that 44. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But we'll definitely get to that in a minute. You know, just very important connections that I wanted to make sure we were paying attention to. But December giving us that 55. All in the zodiac of Sagittarius. You know, giving us that 144. It's all important how this ties in, because I showed you the 29 tying us back into this that I won't say. Okay, this new variant and our homeboys, right? The 29 tying us back into Sagittarius and the Tiger, Jupiter. Okay, that 144 in Sagittarius tying us back into our other homeboys. You know, Jesuit order. Okay, very powerful connections here. That 72 and that 54 we'll be speaking about as well, so pay attention, please. Okay, but they are using this. Okay, alright, I just don't want to put too much energy into this, you guys, for real. I mean, I'm so surprised that the world isn't even just up waking in masses and out in the tens of millions in the streets in America like they are in every other country in the world, taking back control of their country. How do you think places like Denmark and etc. got their restrictions removed? Because they said, fuck you. Okay? How come COVID knows not to go? Damn, I'm probably going to get banned for saying that. But how come it knows not to go to Florida or Texas or these other multiple states where, you know, it's been deemed unconstitutional, where mandates by the federal government had been deemed illegal, fraudulent, and unconstitutional? And employers are still trying to get ready to implement these restrictions again because they just doing their job. Yeah, well, the people just doing their job in 1941 Nazi Berlin, Germany, fried. Remember that. Just saying. But this new variant giving us the 53, you guys, that same 77 we got in our homeboys who practice Judaism. All right, that 202, a very powerful connection we'll make in a minute, but it gives us the 22, you guys, again. But that 53, all of them pushing their agenda of the mark of the beast, giving us that same 54 we told you we was tying in a minute, that we got in Jesuit order, that same 144 in Jesuit order, you guys, that 53 that we get in this new world stage psyop, psychological operation. For those of you that don't know what that means, you know, pushing forward the mark of the beast. And that might be hard for some of you to hear, but what do you want me to say? You know, that's what this is all about. You know, and we'll tie in that 81 in a minute, but they're pushing this agenda, and I'm going to break this down. Okay? This variant, 53. Mark of the beast, 53. Alright? Pay attention. Alright? We live in a mirrorverse, and it's extremely comprehensive because where we're starting to see this play through in our local reality is through this thing. You know, again, as above, so below. Okay? The 53, the same 54 that we get in Jesuit Order, that we get in Mark of the Beast, in Metaverse, you guys. Okay, that same 108, which sums to 18, the mirror of 81, in Mark of the Beast, you guys. And that 35, the mirror of 53. Alright? As above, so below. The 53 gets mirrored into 35. Pay attention. Matching 54 numerology, and you're going to see how deep this gets. And this is to put and usher the human consciousness into the virtual realm. 53, you guys. Okay? You cannot make this up. It is where they will get us to upload our consciousness to the cloud. Okay, that is what they are trying to do. You guys, transhumanism, giving us that 44 that we got in December. That we're seeing all of this start to take place massively on the world stage. Okay? That is what they're doing. That is their ultimate goal. It will be that way, or it will be we the people have to unite, no matter who we are, what our beliefs, and make a change. Okay? And at this time, it just seems like a lot of people are just silent. They don't know how to use their fifth chakra. Okay? And maybe we'll see some change. I don't know. I manifest peace on earth every single day. But all of this is entering into the 2022 year, you guys. Using the laws of numerology, we would drop the 0 and get 222. Okay? We know what we've witnessed since March 2020. This PSYOP, psychological operation, giving us that 222. We'll speak about that 66 later. That 93 tying us to Saturn, you guys. That 210 in the year of Saturn, which is why we're seeing these things now and have been. That 222 tying us into the people who think they run the show now. The World Economic Forum, you guys, giving us that same 93, tying us into the PSYOP, tying us into Saturn, giving us that 96, the yin and the yang, the mirror of 69, tying us into Saturn, you guys. 2021 is the year of Saturn, and that 222. And we know the elite's motto, order out of chaos, gives us that same 222, you guys. Very powerful. That 57, when we get 75, the mirror of 57, tying us all the way back into our homeboys at the Society of Jesus in 57. There's that 56, you guys. We've spoken about that. Okay? Just very powerful. The mirror of 75, 57. Order out of chaos. Okay? Everything we're witnessing is to usher the human consciousness into the metaverse, into the virtual realm. They are trying to implement and create an augmented reality on top of our physical reality, and people just say it's okay because they do not understand the grandiose picture here. And I thought that was a a very massive word to use right there. But I'm just trying to give you something tertiary here, okay? And something to understand what we're witnessing. And it even goes deeper, you know? All of this is part of the UN Agenda 2030, you guys. Giving us that 72. Giving us that 35. The mirror of 35. The mirror of 53, I mean. Mark of the Beast. This new variant. The metaverse. 35. All pushing forward. The UN agenda. Okay? Or, remember that 54 that's important in all of this. In their Build Back Better plan. Okay? That 54. Alright? That 99 tying us into Jupiter. Alright? That 270, which is 27 or 2 sevens. Our homeboys who practice Judaism is doing this, I believe. The variant giving us that 77, you guys. Or 27 that we get in Jupiter. Alright? And we'll speak about that 27 later because we're approaching Saturnalia. So very powerful right here, you guys. We know Saturnalia gives us 27. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay? Just pushing forward their agenda. 2030. You know, that's what this metaverse, this virtual realm, that's what all of this is about. Alright? But something I wanted to show you guys, how I've been telling you you can perceive the 27 as 2 sevens, or the 29 at the beginning of this video as 2 nines tying you back into Jupiter. Well, we can perceive that 3 5 is 3 5s. 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. Or 3 times 5 is 15. 5 threes. What do you get? 15. Okay? And that's all very important because, well, we know this new variant, alright? Well, it's the 15th Greek letter in the Greek alphabet. Okay? And it all has, when in something called iosophy, it has a numerological value of 70. So I just thought that was very important because when we perceive that as 3 5s and see that 15, and we're seeing this all now being the 15th letter of the Greek alphabet, having a numerological value of 70, I thought that was all important because we talk about the Shemitah on our channel. This is all happening at this time because of this, the sabbatical year. You guys, this is not a coincidence. That 92, the mirror of 29 that we're getting in this, practiced by or participated by our illuminated homeboys during Sagittarius, ruled by the tiger, Jupiter. 92, you guys. It's not a coincidence. There are no coincidences, okay? Just very powerful, you know? Again, this psyop. Giving us that same 70, you guys. That same 56. Okay? You can't make this up. You know? I don't know. I just can't, you can't deny it. Transhumanism, though. Did I spell that wrong? I did, you guys. It still gave us that 44. That's kind of crazy, but I think I spelled that wrong. I'm glad I caught that. But transhumanism giving us that same 53 and 44 in the month of December. We're seeing all of this happen. At 53, tying us into metaverse, tying us into the UN Agenda 2030, tying us into this new variant and the mark of the beast. You guys, all of it being transhumanism. Yeah. What's that? 181. The 42nd prime number. All in the year of Saturn. Saturn giving us 42. Tying us back into this variant. The 15th Greek letter. You guys. You know, I don't know how people can't see. I don't know how you can't see with the exposed science out there, much less trying to utilize some skill like this. But it should be noticeable right now on the world stage. But the reason why I'm taking so much time to break this down is because I want people to actually learn this code and see how this is actually working and how it's quite important stuff. You know, it was up until we saw this variant start taking place in our reality, you know, things were actually going kind of pretty smooth. And now we're starting to see this dark change out of nowhere that's starting to trouble people, and you know, it's really making things dark in some people's reality. And this is the time for us to be the light out of the darkness, and we do it through knowledge and gnosis and wisdom. Being aware of this code is what will set you free if you learn how to utilize this code. And you know, I don't want to, you know, get too philosophical, and we'll go ahead and, you know, get ready to end this decode and get to the technical analysis for you guys. And but you know, I'm trying to create a community here of illuminated individuals, like-minded individuals that will fight corruption. That is gangster. Somebody that speaks out against corruption. If you haven't checked out the Sandwich of Coherency's podcast and what they're doing over there, because they know how to utilize their fifth wave chakra and speak out against corruption like Martin Luther King Jr., or like Abraham Lincoln, like Ronald Reagan, like John F. K., like the orange guy. That is gangster. And I don't care who you are. You know? And I don't want to say that word and belittle his podcast or anything in no ways, but huge shout outs for someone that says, I inspired them. What? Student became the teacher then. You better go check him out. Hotter than any news anchor on the planet in America. What are you talking about? Look at this man's work, and sometimes I'm like, where do you get this? But go check out how he fights corruption and how we should all be doing it. You know, and what I'm trying to be as a leadership role in this enlightenment movement, you know, against these dark, volatile times. Because I'll go to the guillotine, to the end of a firing squad for my beliefs, and I'll never denounce my creator. I ain't about to take that little antichrist they gonna try and put on the throne, you guys. Their archangel Michael. That's what all of this is pushing forward. Their mark of the beast system. It's all in the scripture. Pay attention. Like undeniable facts. But definitely just want to go ahead and get this over with. And but all of this 35 connection. We're in December, entering into the birth date of Nimrod, giving us that same 35 connection, you guys. Very powerful. You know, and it also ties us into Baphomet, you guys, giving us that same 35. And you know, we've seen that 36 all over our decodes today. Baphomet giving us that same 36. And go and do your research on you know, as above, so below. Duality. The Baphomet. You know. Just very powerful things hidden in true sight, hidden in plain sight, truth hidden in plain sight. And you know, don't want to get too into all that energy right now, but you know, that 36 has been plagued throughout our decode all night, and UN Agenda 2030, Baphomet, you know, it's very powerful connections, metaverse, all right. So Jupiter, very powerful connections. Again, that day, December 2nd, where we started seeing all of this, this happen, was December 2nd, okay, which was Thursday, Thor's day, the day of Jupiter, okay. So none of this was surprising at all when we saw it, if we utilize the code and we pay attention esoterically, you know. We use the occultic gnosis and knowledge that is hidden. Occultic just means hidden. Crypt just means hidden. That's why crypto is called crypto. Hidden. Okay? That's why only less than 1% of Americans know about crypto. But they're learning more and more every day, because it's all a part of the ushering you into the blockchain that we spoke about at the beginning of this video. Again, it didn't come up, it didn't save. So it's all a part of their blockchain system, tying you into Father Time, Saturn, control, Society of Jesus 57. But that slavery that they're pushing forward, cryptocurrency isn't good for us. It's meant for the robots, the machines, you guys. Point blank, period. Okay? But it's about making money along the way to better ourselves for what is coming on the world stage. But again, to end this video, it's the psyop. We saw that 66 all over our decode tonight. But again, the psyop giving us that 96, the yin and the yang. The 69 in Saturn, the year of Saturn, we see this all starting to really take manifest. Before long, they'll be saying, hey, by the next variant, they might be telling you it's going to mutate to your brain, just like in the Songbird movie that they released right after the start of all of this in 2020. Go watch that movie. Pay attention. That bracelet, it's the inoculation in real life. Okay? Point blank, period. That 33, that very powerful transmutation number. Okay? Transmutation, transhumanism. The transmutation they're trying to set forth. Merging man with machine. Merging the iron with the clay. Read your Bible. Nebuchadnezzar's dream? Come on, man. Like, it's all there. But that 66 that we get in what we're seeing manifest and being found in the graphene oxide, tying us into Saturn, you guys. Tying us into 66, Corona. Tying us into Venom. Go watch the movie Venom. Spider-Man. It's all there, you guys. Stranger Things, the goo. Man, it's all there, man. Wake up, Neo. Wake up, Neo. Remember, you're powered by faith, self-belief, and love, Neo. It wasn't that Neo was the one. It's that we all have a one within a world where anything is possible. Manifest peace on earth. Now. Period. If everybody went out right now, collectively, a third of the world, and they danced, we would shatter this physical realm. We would shatter it with the abundance and the ambient mindsets we manifest right there collectively all at the same time. You mark my words on that. You don't think that people will take their power back, that 27 when we get in Venom, tying us all the way back into Jupiter? Crazy. Come on now. All of this, you know, is their agenda, you guys. You can't make this shit up. The mark of the beast isn't talked about until the 66th book of the Bible. Come on now. What you talking about? Anyways, you guys, We got to get to the end of this decode. All of this we talked about coming in Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we've spoken about on my channel. We know what it is. It is the Archer, the Centaur from Arcadia. Well, that 35, that powerful 53 connection we get in Archer, you guys. That 18 we've been seeing plaguing our decodes throughout all of this, tying us back into Venus, you guys. And I'll get to Venus in a minute to show you that. The 81 we got in Sagittarius, the mirror of 18. Shemitah gave us 18, you guys. We talk about how powerful that 18 number is in Judaism and the people who practice these things. Very powerful. But that Archer from Arcadia, giving us that same 53. All during Sagittarius, where we're seeing this variant really take place on the main stage. On the main stage of the world. All at the same time that they're trying to implement the metaverse and get us to upload our consciousness onto the virtual realm for their Mark of the Beast system. You know, the 81 and Mark of the Beast, you guys. All tying us into Venus. 18 and 81. In a Shemitah year. Giving us that 27. That 54. You guys. And all of this that you cannot make up, you know, as we approach, you guys, Saturnalia, giving us that same 35, the same 27. And what is Saturnalia called, you guys? They call it the best of days. The same 35 connection. That 55 tying us into the month of December when it starts. And what's even more powerful is when you put the in front of it, it starts in the 50th week of the year. Giving us that same 202 connection I told you we'd make at the beginning of this video. And the variant. That 202, it all sums to 22, you guys. That 22 being ran by our buddies. The Jesuits. It's all there, bro. Like, you can't make it up. I mean, you could say I'm reaching or whatever, but nah, we make these connections every single day. Undeniably. And we're able to project these things in the future using this code. Which is why I think we should utilize it extensively in our everyday life. And understand what's going on. You know, we literally, that 222 connection, 222 months from the dot-com bubble to the March crash, or the 222 months from 9/11 till the variant, just very powerful. It's very powerful. You can't make this up, you guys. I'm just trying to program divergence. You guys. 35. Let's use the code against them. In the 50th week of the year this year. Right now. Let's manifest peace on earth. Let's manifest gnosis. And real knowledge and real wealth. Against the corruption we are witnessing. That's gangster. You know. And you can't tell me no different. Point blank period. What are you doing? What kind of artwork are you providing for the world? That's all. I mean, I'm just saying. I want to program divergence. Go and watch this series if you haven't. Very powerful. That we unite. We the people when we take our country back. And you know, that's it, you guys. I won't get too philosophical anymore, but we'll definitely get straight into the technical analysis and everything. The, you know, a little bit more decode to go over the importance of something I spoke about in my last video. And you know, it showed, to be clear, we saw some volatility on Monday, Moon Day, December the 13th, a day that we saw through the code projecting to be somewhat volatile. and we didn't know which direction. We just knew that there was some energy, being 5 days before the start of the next moon cycle, the full moon, etc. And we talk about these windows and a few other things that we were seeing. That Sunday close, we were happy to get back above the 382 and almost, break 50K. We did break it, but we didn't hold support. We almost broke 51, but we're tapped out around that 51 level. That very powerful connection around that 51 number tying us back into the moon. And then the next day being a 5-day window before the next moon cycle. So very powerful connections here. Well, we lost everything we accumulated over the weekend there. So again, a great weekend, and then Monday Moon Day takes it all away. We fall through the bottom of our symmetrical triangle that we've drawn here, following symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it. I threw 2 lines up. I think it holds an importance right now, and we see what is apparently a textbook W pattern breakout possibly forming right now, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that 236 right now holding support, which is very important. This is our dead cat bounce, and we still want to see this level hold support. We've talked about this 0.5 level traditionally in stocks, etc., being a very volatile level that if we get past that, I'm okay with. But with crypto, we can go as high as the 888 on the dead cat bounce and see a rejection and a reversal, which would in the long run be a blow off top for Bitcoin, I do believe, and a bear market. So definitely pay attention to any automatic rally that we see coming out of this, and we've spoken about that. But again, the importance of this day, just definitely wanted to point that out. Especially while the crypto market's sideways, being boring, consolidating. So, what else do we got to do? But feel free to, take a break, pause the video, get your refreshment, your favorite snack, drink. If you like what you see, share it, get it out to more conscious human beings, for people who want to learn. But, I just think we should, just keep our emotions on the sideline and continue to see what happens here, because we're going to talk about what's going on, but I think we could see one of 2 things play out, and we'll talk about that. We spoke a little bit about that in our last video, and I'll give you some bottom projections that I'm looking at here. But in my last video, we spoke about the importance of this December 13th date. In my last few videos, I think my second to last one, to be quite frank, and it showed some important things. And I thought it was a day to point out, because I wanted to prepare everybody, so if there was volatility, they didn't get too excited or whatever, too emotional, But again, Monday Moon Day, we saw an important connection. The powers in the date numerology right here, when we added it up, 12, 13 plus 20 plus 21, we got that 66. Again, that very powerful connection we were making in the beginning of the decode, that 66 being a very powerful number used by the occult. Very master builder number. Master number, I'm not going to say master builder, but very master number. So I saw the importance there, and we talked about the importance of that number 12 as well. So just automatically saw some powerful things there on Monday Moon Day. Bitcoin in its 13-year anniversary of its establishment since its white paper in 2008. So just very powerful connections right here. What else? Sorry, I'm trying to think about what all I spoke about in my last video. What was the day before? We talked about 66 date numerology the day before. Oh yeah, the day before was Sunday's, the day of the sun. Gave us the mirror of that 35, that 53 connection, and everything that we talked about today being very powerful around this time. Again, volatility all surrounded around this new variant right now as we implement and get ready to transition into Saturnalia. Okay, so very powerful connections I was making here. That 96 being the yin and the yang, the mirror of 69. Just being very powerful. Pay attention to where I tie that into in a minute. That's 69. But this day being 3 months, 6 days since the start of Rosh Hashanah, and we know Bitcoin equals 36, and we saw that 36 in our Decode extensively tonight. We know how powerful it is, but Bitcoin giving us that 36. So, oh yeah, what other thing about this variant, right? We saw, it's commonly called Omega, okay, or AN from the Phoenician word, okay, which is where our language comes from, the Phoenicians. But I don't want to, red pill you too much. But again, AN giving us that 22, okay, and Omega giving us that 22. All right, just very powerful. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. So, that 22 we talked about in the best of days and Saturnalia and Jesuits, just very powerful connections in this variant where we got that 202. So just very powerful right here. Pay attention to that 22. XRP gives us 22, you guys, that 58 in Puppet Master remote control. All right, this variant is the 15th letter in the Greek alphabet. Okay, so just want to say very powerful connections right here as we approach today, the 15th of December. I think today could be the start of energy, could be starting right here 3 days before the new full moon. Let's see what happens today. This 15 being a very powerful number, we tend to see market volatility around, and we'll maybe speak about this number some more. Actually, Bitcoin just hit 69K. The Queen is in her 69th year since coronation, and Bitcoin just hit a 69K top in the year of Saturn. That 69 being very powerful, but the Queen, she rules over 15 Commonwealth realms. I think that's interesting, but just some connections right here I want to bring up. But again, Bitcoin giving us that 3 months, 6 days since the start of Rosh Hashanah on this day right here, the 13th, and we saw volatility to the downside substantially. For really, I mean that was a pretty good. There was 6%, 7%. It brought the altcoins down quite a bit. Some of them. So again, seeing a repeat of what looks to be like, well, hell, last year. Right there around, some volatility around, the economy and the markets. Had a little V-bottom recovery. How much did we go down then? Roughly about 17%. Little V-bottom recovery. We're down more than that now. I'm just saying, very similar to that V-bottom recovery. We might speak about that in technical analysis in a minute. But that connection in that 3 months, 6 days right here, we've spoken about how we can perceive that as 3 sixes, which is 666, or 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. This was a day that left 18 days left in the year. Very powerful, you guys. So we know how powerful that 18 is in Judaism. So multiple connections to what's going on here, I really do believe. So we had 3 sixes perceived as 666, the mark of the beast, or 3 plus 6, 3 times 6 is 18. 18 days left in the year. That powerful connection in Judaism, look it up. I highly suggest you do your research on that. But the other important connection is that 347th day of the year on Monday, Moon Day. That's the 69th prime number. right after, the day before, was the 96 days from the start of Rosh Hashanah, the mirror of 69. And we're in the year of Saturn, giving us that 69. Bitcoin just hit 69K. We're in the Queen's 69th year since coronation, So all Tinus and the Father Time, I really do believe. I believe that's all what blockchain technology was designed to do, was to be a control system that will eventually be our future monetary system and economy system. So, current all-time high Bitcoin is 69K in the year of Saturn, you guys. Yes, that Monday recently was the day of the 69th prime. We can see how important this stuff is. These connections are that we're making on this channel. So we have to take into account all of these moving parts, not only the day of the year, the days of the year, the two styles of numerology, etc. So yeah, we can see how impactful it is to the markets, and how we can prepare our emotions ahead of time. And again, we don't know which way these markets are going to go, so we can use things like the moon cycle and little hints that help us out. But I don't know. I definitely hope this has been somewhat of a method behind the madness that you can utilize moving forward in your own work. But as we move on to the day, yesterday the importance there was, I don't see nothing, not right off the bat. I'd have to look, but we can see right here today, there's some significance in, I think, it being 99 days since the start of the Hebrew New Year and the Shemitah, and we know that 99 connection is bringing us all the way back to Jupiter, the ruling planet of Sagittarius, the Zeus. Okay, so very powerful connection there. We know Jupiter is Jupiter, the apostle. Okay, so it's all tying back to the code and literature if we utilize it. Boom. What else? I believe that 38 is very powerful, being the mirror of 83. We know Murder by Numbers was, released on the Police's Synchronicity album in 1983. And I believe, we're kind of in the middle of a 38-year manifestation ritual. And, you can believe what you want out of that. But, I don't know. The date numerology today giving us 68. When we added up 12 plus 15 plus 20 plus 21, that's very powerful. As well as that 14. When we type today's date out, let's get a fresh page up for you guys. Today's date giving us that 14, very powerful. We know how powerful that 14 is. We know God gives us 14, right? God, right? 14, that 55. Satan gives us that same 14, that 55. 5 plus 5 is 10. That we get in both God and Satan. Satan gives us that 35, the mirror of 53 that we've spoken about all night tonight. This morning in this decode. Remember, I ain't slept since 2:30 yesterday morning when I got up and then went and worked 10 plus hours, you guys, about 12 hours. So came home, didn't kick my shoes off after I got my shower. We ate a little bit and we went straight to it to provide this for you. What are you doing in the world to speak out against corruption? How gangster are you being against everything we're seeing? Where's your John F. K., your Martin Luther King Jr., your Abraham Lincoln, your Ronald Reagan spirit? That's all I'm saying. I got spirit so big, world ain't ready for me. I'm just saying. But again, today's date numerology giving us that 14. We know how powerful that is. And we'll tie that in a minute. Everything works in mirrors though, as above, so below. We'd have 86 and 41. And today is Wednesday, Miraculous. So I think that's very important when we understand that today's date giving us the 14, the mirror of 41, as well as 68 when we add up today's date, 12, 15 plus 20 plus 21. Getting that 68 being the mirror of 86, tying us into tetragrammaton with the 86. Oh, never mind. That gave us, did I spell that wrong? Yeah. I was about to say. But boom, tetragrammaton giving us that 86 today. The mirror of the numerology, tetragrammaton, I believe, being the puppet master. We talk about this. Ripple equal 1 to 86. Very powerful connections today. With that 86, I think that mirror of 68. But that 41, all of this tying into Mercury, giving us that 86 and that 41, you know, tying us into everything here. XRP equaling 41 or 14, the mirror of 41. So very powerful connections here. 58 in XRP that we get in tetragrammaton. So I think today could be a pivotal point for the energy to start shifting in the markets, whichever way they're going to go. These elites, these puppet masters are going to control it. Remember, remote control equals 58. I'm just saying. So Mercury today being Wednesday, Miraculous, the day of Mercury. I think that's a very powerful connection. You know, that 23 we get in Mercury that we get in Bitcoin. So just seeing that right here. 16 days left in the year. Shiva, the goddess of destruction, that's Shiva equals 16. We know these numbers are all massive, you guys. Being the 99 day since the start of Rosh Hashanah today. So I'm kind of doing this decode right here, like on the fly with you guys, like no BS. So there might be some mistakes made in this one, or whatever. This is off the dome for you actually, for today. So yeah. This 349, is that the 70th prime number, you guys? Because if it is, oh, you shouldn't. 349 is the 70th prime number today. And we've spoken about that in the fact that our new mutation is well, it equals 70 in numerologic value. We're in a Shemitah year, which Shemitah and our PSYOP here, it equals 70. You know, where was that other one? It's very powerful connections here. I think we're in the year of sevens. We know we dropped that 0. So the year of sevens and the sevens just showing to continue to be very powerful right now. Yeah, 349th day of the year. 70th prime number. I definitely have wanted these videos to help you guys. I've wanted these videos to be longer and more educational, and you know, I really wanted them to be able to show you guys how to utilize a skill and something to perform better outlook on the world. You know, it really helps me. I don't know. You can deny it if you want to, but Some people walk outside their door and they no longer look at the world the same after watching my videos. They've stated that. That's verbatim out their mouths. And, I think that's powerful. So I don't think I'm going to stop until they, knock me off, which is, a possibility, I guess. I don't think I should be sharing this. Or I don't think I'm wanted to be sharing this in the world. So, let's definitely not take that for granted. But I want you to learn this code so you can have something to work on when, I don't know, the markets are doing what it does. It's never going to do what you want it to do. It does what it wants to do. And in the meantime, learn your decoding, learn your technical analysis so it can help reduce your response to the markets. You're already prepared for anything to come if you know how to utilize this, and I think it's very powerful. But today's showing us a potential for volatility to start and then leading into tomorrow. And well, we ain't even got to say much about that. Like we can just look and see that tomorrow's Thursday, the day of Jupiter, and I think that's that's a powerful connection right there already. We're still in Sagittarius, right? Getting ready to transition out, so still getting ruled by Jupiter right now. So already seeing a connection there. This 3 months and 9 days being the mirror of 93 that we've gotten in our decode all over tonight in 39 and 93, tying us all the way back into Saturn and Father Time ultimately. So very powerful. These 2 days being, like I said in one of my last videos, a make or break, very pivotal time in the markets. And why would I warn about this? Because this 50th week of the year has everything to do with Saturnalia, you guys. The best of days, everything to do with it. It starts on the 17th. Okay. I've been talking about this for a while, and I think my next video will really be centered around it. And the importance of that, the start of this energy harvest. But a couple things to say here for tomorrow, the day of the 16th. It's giving us the 69 date numerology, tying us into our decode all over tonight. We have that connection in everything. The day of Thursday, tying us into so many things. Just very important. The perfect circle of life in one of our past decodes at 69. So again, 3 times 9 is 27. All tying us into Jupiter on Thursday. So very powerful, you guys. One couple other things to say about that 69. Well, I said the Queen already and her coronation. But 69 we know is the zodiac symbol of Cancer, the crab, and you can see, the resemblance here, obviously, but the importance of this, if you utilize it in the symbology of all of this, just like Jupiter and its zodiac logo is 24, and the importance of that all the time, the mirror of 42, Saturn. So let's remember Cancer in this as well. But Cancer being the crab, and the 69 logo. I believe it's all about the logos. When you utilize occultic knowledge, you utilize truth in plain sight, insight that most people might overlook. But that 69 connection and the crab, little side note, Cancer is the crab, giving you that 15, that 24, but we know XRP gives us that 15. we're witnessing this new whatchamajigget, psyop on the world stage, the 15th Greek letter alphabet. But this day that we're talking about tomorrow, leaving 15 days left in the year, you guys. It also has the standard date numerology when we type it out of 15. Most people would overlook this, I think, with that transmutation number of 33. Just this date right here, tomorrow, is so interesting to me on Thursday. So, again, method to the madness of how I'm looking at this and what I'm thinking. Like energy. We're in Sagittarius. Again, to utilize how important this code is. Sagittarius giving us that 29. We spoke about that. All of it's important because it's all about this new variant, and we've exposed that. And I probably sound like a broken record in this video, and I'm sorry, but being the Archer, giving us the 29, the Archer from Arcadia, oh yeah, I'd have to pull up a different cipher for Archer, but all of this is coming back to 35 and 53 on the 350th day of the year. We drop the 0 in the rules of numerology, and we get that 35. But Archer giving us that 35. This will be the 350th day of the year. So tomorrow, still in Sagittarius. So this 3-5 can be perceived as 3 5s, 15. I don't know. I just think it's very important. Just more evidence as to why I think the eve of Saturnalia could start a transition and energy shift right before our full moon in the markets. I just think it's undeniable, and just so many connections that we're already being able to make here as we enter into Saturnalia. I'm definitely waiting to see what happens, because when we see this potential volatility coming to the markets, like, you ain't gonna be able to deny that we were able to provide it ahead of time. We're gonna leave our biased sentiment out of it. I don't know which way we're gonna go, honestly. But I don't know. 15 days left in the year this day right here, and then Saturnalia giving us that 70, tying us into coronavirus, tying us into Shemitah. We know this has a numerologic value of 70, you guys, all starting on Saturnalia. Just very powerful. This 351, I'll have to check that. That might be a prime number too. What else? I don't know. That 101, it sums to 11, so I don't know. But we'll definitely be speaking about Saturnalia, I think, in my next video. That's the 17th. Maybe I'll get it out right after the start. We'll see what happens. I've got a lot of work I want to produce this weekend, and we'll see by this weekend, and we'll see what happens. A bear flu crimes video after this decode, I think, is needed to speak out against the corruption against this variant that people are still about to probably comply with any lockdowns that are coming. I don't know. But that 70 right there on the start of Saturnalia being tied back to this new variant in isosophy with the numerologic value of 70, tying back into the Shemitah year. I just see this being powerful, you guys. And we'll see what happens. But that 70 that we also get in Vatican, you guys, these guys, they're using this to push their agenda even forward for mandates and social credit scores and green passes and transhumanism. Okay, so we're in Shemitah, the 7-year cycle. All this started on the Shemitah, September 7th. I wouldn't be surprised if we see new variant news around the 16th or the 17th, and it will create market volatility. Whether it goes up or down, I don't know, but that's something no one will know with any, it's a coin flip. So we need to understand that what matters most right now is preparing for whatever I think and being okay with whatever happens, But the morale of crypto investors has dropped to an all-time low when we see things like the fear and greed index that just doesn't know what it wants to do. It's just another day in the matrix for the people that get suckered into this fear. You want to live your life for what is really life. Don't get caught so much up in these dates and the price action. And I just want to teach you with all this that you have a skill you can utilize so you can get better with your emotions before these dates even happen. Reasons why we get volatility on certain days and certain times of the year, and how we can perceive that in the price action and for something deeper than what the news gives us. The broken compass, north, east, west, south, lies, indoctrination. Learning a code and a skill, I think, will help you with your utilization of technical analysis if you learn that as well, and your philosophy and outlook on life. See it through a new set of lenses like you've never have before. That's my goal. And honestly, with all that said, you guys, we're gonna go straight into the TA because I know I've been putting that off, and I'm so sorry. We look at Bitcoin on the weekly, and we see that, well, a close Sunday came in very indecisive. We started this new one on the 13th. This new weekly candle on the 13th, and it's already taken out and washed away everything we've worked so hard to achieve for again, and set a new low right now as of 45K. Right now setting that textbook W pattern breakout that we're hoping to form and see push us back above this regression trend line that we've drawn, back above this 618 and this 702, this 786 and this 888 of the our dead cat bounce fib that we've had pulled for quite some time now. So definitely seeing a shakeout that has taken place. Little bit of liquidity has shifted into the alts. Some of them are still bleeding off more and more, like VET is just in a massive downtrend. Again, it was 75% last time we looked down from its previous all-time high. So just continuing to see this shakeout form slow, methodically, and that's important. We saw that weekly close for Bitcoin came in above the 34 exponential moving average, which was not bad, but we did get rejected off the 21 exponential. That's bad. Typically staying above the 21 exponential on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin is, a sign of strength, a sign of, continuation in a bull run for me. So keeping an eye on that. Coming back down to this 55 exponential moving average is something I'm keeping an eye on, around that 44 or 42 range that we spoke about in my last video. Definitely want to see us continue to set a higher low in the structure right here than our previous 42K low. Definitely don't want to break below that 39.77 range. Definitely would have to come back out here and reevaluate things if we did. Want to hold that 55 exponential moving average at support, which is coming in at about 40, 43.5 right now. So, we did see, we retested that on like the 19th of July, roughly. So, and before seeing a start to a Mercury in retrograde massive run up season, right here that we saw over the past few months. So very important notice to take on that. We played around this area for quite some time. Remember that. So this 55 holding a massive key level of support right here for us. We almost came down in September, didn't quite make it. So, we've seen this before, you guys. This was transitioning into, I believe, a parabolic breakout for Bitcoin. And we saw this parabola end essentially around the top of November, and we'll see what happens. We haven't seen anything like we have before in three previous bull markets like we have now. So definitely in a hurry up and wait situation. With everything going on in the world that I've exposed in our Decode, it's just giving me more open-minded to how much this cycle could play out according to prior cycles, and etc. We have to be open-minded for all things. And I'm just saying all this because of the fear in the market. And when there's fear in the market, that's typically time for accumulation, not distribution, you guys. And that's what makes me so adamant about keeping you informed with a psychological and investor rich mindset right now. Giving you everything I've learned, everything I've even paid for in the past, for free, just to keep you informed. How I'm perceiving it and how I'm playing this gambling casino of cryptocurrency, the future mark of the beast system, you guys, literally, to make money now and prepare myself along the way up for, potentially what's coming in the future, because I don't know. Again, I don't think there's enough people speaking out. Definitely want to see us get back above this 21 on the weekly at this 0.5, which would be a definite area to pay attention to what's going on. We've spoken about this, but again, none of this is awful to see, and especially holding support inside our following symmetrical triangle. If we continue to get rejection again this week off this 21, that would show me a sign of potentially moving back down in price action, even if it's just to set another higher low. And I've spoken about the potential in my last video about that 29K again that nobody wants to hear about. So go back and watch that. We went extensively in technical analysis, over an hour in that video. So I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself. I want this to be more short term than anything today, but it's really important we hold this 55 exponential moving average on the weekly. As we look at Bitcoin on the 3-day, boom. Let me get it where y'all can see it. All right. This isn't that bad, Oh, this is XRP. All right. Well, we see some rejections from our 55 exponential moving average, multiple dailies, multiple 3-day closures below that. That's pretty bearish, to be quite frank. Our eight's fixing across the 55, I believe. And I think that could be a very bearish situation. We talk about that 8 crossing the 55 being a super duper Pioneer cross that we keep up with on the Pioneer channel right here. And that's a bearish cross if we fall below that 55. I think the potential of that is in the cards. Again, that 200 exponential moving average is setting right there around 37K, right above 36K. Bitcoin equals 36. A retest of that level, like we spoke about in the last video, could be possible, you guys. And in the cards around the start of Saturnalia and this energy harvesting 7-day ritual that's about to take place. The importance of that double exponential moving average, we haven't been able to reclaim. The 8's falling below that, you guys. That is bearish, and I can't lie. We ain't been able to reclaim that 52K. And could we? We could see this thing pump straight up to it and reclaim all these around this time. We'll have to see what happens. But I'm just trying to give you potential up and downside targets using technical analysis in the code. We saw this washout back in May, and it took us time to have that Pioneer cross, So we got to get back above that 55, and we'll probably dance around a little bit before we do. It's interesting how this 3-day is holding up, but I don't like to see this 8 cross through this. I don't like this, not one bit. This is a sign that resistance might come in on some closes, and that's not a good sign on the 3-day time frame. It's going to take a little bit of strength to get above these levels, but we know crypto is highly volatile, and this is hopium. But if Bitcoin wants to move, it'll move 40% easy back to 66K. Be bottom out. It can do it in days, a day. So that's hopium. And just keeping you aware of that. But yeah, this level of 47,000 is a key level of support right now for Bitcoin. Without a doubt. We're seeing Pioneer crosses to the downside, and that is bad. That 44,000 level that's something I want to talk about, and the first conversation will probably be that's our first downside target. The bottom of the Bollinger Band will probably be there by then. We might poke back below it, but that's right there around our 382. 42K, 44 right above. So a retest of that is not, impossible, especially after breaking out above the 1 and not reaching the 1618. That's the quickest way to explain this. This is like a liquidity avalanche, and there's nothing more to say here. A clear selling climax after a buying climax, and after followed by an automatic rally and a backup period. We're holding support still above this 48. This around this 47K range that we set previously around Rosh Hashanah before breaking out of our bull pennant that we had drawn out. So, very powerful, very powerful. 44K would just bring us to the cluster of low support that we were getting after the start of Shemitah right here, and I think that's very important to add. So that 45, Bitcoin equals 45. So support there wouldn't be surprising. Okay, that Jupiter equals 45, Venus equals 45. Very powerful numbers connected to 45 right here. The mirror of 54, Sun equals 54. We saw all those 54s in the decode around this time in our new variant, our homeboys tonight. The mark of the beast. So, yeah. all this is something to consider. I just think it's very interesting analysis to add, is all I'm saying. So just giving you downside targets. Keep in mind of evidence for shorts and liquidation events, or whatever, manipulation, um, black swan events given in the economy, etc. We're in an informational warfare, and I told you all, the age of information, ignorance is a choice. So, you know, but I don't know. Let's look at XRP or Bitcoin on the daily. Let's go back to our other chart. Alright, yeah. Let's hide this. Let's hide that. Alright, yeah. So look at what we got right here. With the simple moving averages pulled up, the 21, the 111, and the 200-day moving average. We know the 200 is that's our 21. The red is our 111-day. We want to reclaim both of these, okay? But this 200 simple moving average that we've got pulled up shows me that around 42K or 44K, would be a level that we definitely would want to see held as support, to be able to, hopefully just wick back right above this 200 simple moving average. I think that being a very volatile, important, level to hold. If we do go down, we need to see it bought back right back above and held as support really quick. I do believe, using this as past technical analysis and just showing you what I'm seeing. If we see this fall to, 39K, below 39.4, that's a different conversation, and we'll be having that then. So yeah. But we are initially firming and molding, a bottom structure like we were back here. And, that's very important to pay attention to. I don't want to go too far back in history, but, we just do see upside when we get back above these moving averages. That 21, that 111 simple moving average. So yeah. Daily time frame for Bitcoin, bearish. The daily analysis. Let's look at the daily on the Bollinger Bands. Yeah, they're widening, you guys. They're starting to widen. That's definitely not a good sign as they start to widen. That tends to give us more and more room to fall on the downside. And where does that set us? 44K. So a potential push to 44K, 42K, like I've been saying, it's possible, you guys. Transhumanism, 44. December, 44. Just very powerful. You see, we fell during this liquidity shakeout, and then boom, bought right back up and held support along this bottom side Bollinger Band. This is telling me that if we stay very sideways between the next few days, that this is going to bottom out, period. Especially with the way these moving averages are going down. The 8 has fallen below the 200, and guess what? That's a Pioneer cross we know of. Okay, all of my crosses are Pioneer crosses. Just some of them are super duper important. Okay, but this 13 about to cross that 200, we don't want to see that. That's bearish. That's not good. Median, the downtrend, 21 hasn't even it's fallen below the median. So very important levels to pay attention to. Exactly where I was telling you in the last video. Just very important textbook downside target right here, 44K, 42K. Higher high of 42. None of this is looking really good. We can't get back above that 200 exponential moving average. It's playing a resistance on the closures right now, and it's playing a resistance against the 618. It can't get back above that. That's bearish. All these indicators are lagging, by the way, so price action will move first before you see them react, and that's something we need to pay attention to and remember. But this is sitting around 50K flat. Why does that make sense? Why does this rejection and this support make sense right here? Or this not support. Why does the rejection from forming support of this level make sense? It's psychological. It's 50K. Okay? Perfect flat number. Alright, that's the area to break. Alright? We got a couple things to consider, and that's the 200 exponential sitting right there around 50,000. We're entering the 50th week of the year, fixing to transition into the 51st week of the year, right after a full moon. That 51 we get in moon. Moon equals 51. There are 52 weeks in the year, you guys. Very powerful connections. Okay. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens and plays out here. If we continue to close below this 51,600 level where the 21 exponential is on the daily, it will continue to go down. Okay, the big resistance will be 50K psychological and upwards of 52 entering the 51st week of the year. I don't think we'll get above until the transition into the 51st week of the year or the 52nd week of the year, being very ritualistic and highly tied to some very important things through the numbers. So keep that in mind. Before seeing continuation to the upside, and that's if we do, you guys. We need to take it slow. We need to be much more realistic, and that's being prepared for anything in the immediate short term. If Bitcoin closes a daily below that 46K range, then we got to be cautious. Okay, this is a no trade zone, especially on leverage for anybody. The more you trade on these levels, it's going to get even sketchier and sketchier for everybody, and that's something people need to pay attention to. I don't know. We could see leverage traders cause Bitcoin to reverse into a completely different trend, and that's not good for anybody. I'm just looking, you guys. I'm just looking over the chart. Give me a moment. As I mentioned in my last few videos, any more downward price action in Bitcoin could bring, a lot of blood to the altcoins, and that's something we need to pay attention to. This is all what we're seeing in the economy. Like I said, with this variant, our homeboys and everything, it's all to harvest your energy and produce fear to the markets. I do, want to go over that, but probably about to go ahead and jump on XRP price target real quick and get off here, you guys. And then probably try and get some things taken care of around the house, and then finally get some sleep. But with the next couple of days being important, I want to come out here and give you guys again some artwork and some behind the madness to what I'm seeing coming up. We'll move on to XRP though really quickly. All right, let's look at XRP on the daily real quick, and we'll show you something real quick, you guys, with a trend line drawn right here. And we'll show you the importance of the structure we're seeing formed around a very important level, 76 cents. We're clearly holding support in every daily candle close over the last, you know, almost 2 weeks. The 18th, our full moon will be 2 weeks. So again, very important time for the markets right now. But we see over the last 11 days, we've been able to hold structure above 76 cents. We haven't had a single daily close inside and under 77 cents. So very powerful, you guys. The lowest daily close was right here at 78 cents. So we see that structure being formed right there around 76 cents. And why is that important, John? Well, you guys, Ripple gives us that 76. Okay, so very powerful. All right. I can't make this up. My next target is $7.60. Come on now. Come on. But just I see the structure being formed right there, and I can't deny it. I gotta throw that in there. Why is that important? Ripple equals 76. All right, and some other powerful connections, but we won't go into the code. We know it works really well, and hey, it's undeniable. So this was a 7-minute long fucking washout, avalanche, fucking liquidity avalanche. It held. What held? The 76 cent level held. That's all that matters. Okay, a 3-year resistance that we faced for years before breaking out above. We needed this. This is healthy. And as long as we can stay above that, then the grandiose picture, I believe, is XRP to the upside, to $3 plus. But we'll have to see what happens. We'll just have to see what takes place in the economy, etc., moving forward. But I don't know. This is still getting very bearish for all these moving averages and everything that I spoke about extensively in XRP last week in my last video. Any move to the upside, we're getting ready to de-risk our holdings that we've held for 3 years. Point blank period. We need to break out through this firmament and see what happens. We've broken this, this upward trend of support that I was kind of forming. This, whatever you want to call it, just threw 2 lines up. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to do pattern drawing. But we just need to continue to break outside the top side of this regression trend. It's very important. But honestly, people that look at the markets calmly, they don't even use candles, you guys. Wicks are deceiving. Remember that. So let's look at the area and say, hey, what I'm looking at is, pretty good price action movement right now in a sideways, boring, consolidated time with clear support held above 76 cents. So very important, you guys. Let's go to weekly. Let's pull up some moving averages for XRP. How about that? That's nice. Well, we're seeing multiple, closes right there with resistance against, and below the 55 exponential moving average for XRP. Not too bullish, you guys. That's pretty bearish. Holding that 76 cent, yeah. How long will we hold it and consolidate here before potentially moving 1 or 2 ways? And we need to get moving. It needs to make a decision on which way it's going to go, and I've stated that for Bitcoin and XRP in the last video, and I'm stating it again. Yeah, so very important. Closes above and a close above on the weekly above the 55, and then a reclaim of the 21. That'd be bullish. That's still right there around a dollar. We need to get back above that psychological dollar range and that 105 trading range that we had set right here. That's when we'll start to get bullish, but we won't be bullish yet. Very important. Very important. Yeah. So our 21 right here, with our 8 and our 13, our 8, our 13, our 21, as well as our 200. Where's the 200? We'll get done fooling with that. We'll go to our great chart, our veteran chart. Boom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. MACD bullish cross incoming. MACD bullish cross incoming on the daily. Get prepared, pioneers. That's bullish. We want to see that cross bullish. Form green histograms. Let's go. Let's go. Clear bullish divergence being formed on the MACD right now, on the RSI right now. Very bullish. Very bullish. RSI sitting at 36 on the daily time frame for XRP. That's showing me structure held. We know that how important that 36 level is for XRP on the RSI. We showed that in one of our previous videos. Very important. Seeing the structure built right here at 76 cents above 74. So very important. This was, again, let's pull this back up. Let's get some of the monotony off the screen. Look at how long. We'll go to the 3-day time frame so you guys can truly see. Look at how long this 76 cent level played into effect. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Look at how long though, you guys, before breaking out above. And now holding support. 488 days. Or 488 bars. That is 1,461 days. So very powerful. So very powerful. You guys, that's how long that level was resistance. And we could be just treating it as support before making this. We might not ever see these prices again, depending on how high it goes in this bull run, and if we continue in a bull run with everything we're witnessing now. But very bullish still on this project long term, and definitely glad to see that 3-day time frame holding support right there on on that 3-year resistance, you guys. Yeah, we're below our April fib pool and our 236, but I think that could be bought right back up quickly. We know how fast this coin moves and pumps. So very important. We want to get back above that 55 or that 200 exponential moving average. Right there around 98, a dollar, that psychological range. This is our bearish retrace pool. Like, dang, what just happened? But this is our bearish retrace pool that we pulled out in a video. What'd I do? Let's go back one more time. Anyway, I think what I did was messed up. But anyway, this is our bearish retrace pool that we were talking about. I mean, like in a bear market, I'm accumulating these levels, bro. What you talking about? Anything under this 888 where our 105 trading range was. Why do you think it was there? It was accumulation levels, and I warned you about this level before we saw this downside price action. I was able to put this trading range up, and then we hit it, and we held it as support, and then dump. But this is accumulation at its finest for XRP, point blank period. Not financial advice, but that is through technical analysis, you know, using this bearish retrace tool. So very important things to keep in mind right here. Like everything we're seeing about XRP being delisted in the community around Canada and certain exchanges around the world now, like around the SEC FUD, this all kangaroo bullshit nonsense, distractions, steal your energy, pay attention to the code and technical analysis, you'll know what's going on. Point blank period. Definitely got to get it back above that 86-cent launchpad theory for XRP at our 236. We know how important that 86-cent launchpad theory is in this community on this channel because we've exposed it for months. You pay attention to that. Ripple equals 86. This is showing weakness though right now, you guys. The fact that the RSI's, you know, not too into oversold still is a sign to be cautious. We know that the importance of that 36 level, yes, but well, during times of washout, we do go lower. You know, we've seen 28, we've seen lower. Right back here in the bear market of 2018, you know, we were at under 26. So, you know, this is very similar to the C scam, you guys, which is that why we're seeing the new variant around all of this. Very similar to the C scam. I mean, see, multiple supports on the 3-day time frame above the 200 exponential moving average, which is at 73 cents. And I'm not trying to give you too much hopium or nothing, but that we're still setting a higher low in the structure with higher highs that were formed. We'll have to see what happens. You know, not trying to give you too much hopium because at the end of the day, like when you do zoom out, this still kind of does look like a blow off top with an automatic rally followed by a backup period that could even go lower. But according to some, but you know, we know from coins all-time highs they can fall, you know, 70-80%. When Bitcoin hit, or when XRP hit that 51-cent low on a very scripted day, we were able to come out here and prepare or call that and show you that the bottom was in. It was down 74% from its all-time high. We're aware of these pullbacks from our previous high, or from our all-time high to now. We're still down 66%, and we expose the importance of that right now. You know, our low at 64 cents or whatever was 66%. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. The importance of the code, compelled and involved with life, etc. Let's get back above our trend line, the most powerful trend line in XRP charting history. And then we'll be bullish, you guys. Get back above that $1.40 bear trap. Break that 150. That golden pocket. XRP equals 15. Okay, you guys? That's what we're looking to see it do. If not, we'll come out and talk. But I'm just giving you the code mixed with everything. The method behind the madness, you guys. What we're looking out for, potentially upside, downside, etc. And we'll keep you transparently updated as we move along. But below all the moving averages on the weekly, on the daily chart and the 3-day, it's just all, you know, holding that 200 is everything right now on the 3-day. We need to see structure forming. We need to see this recover. Don't have any fibs below us right now from our April fib besides a double bottom. You know, that'd be okay. But if we were to get a lower low, that would give us some sort of bullish divergence in the making on the MACD and the RSI, and we'd have to talk about that. Like, I just really think we're in moments of recovery, and I think it's all about Saturnalia right now. And as we transition into the 50th, the 51st, and the 52nd, the last week of the year, I think this is all very important right now as we approach the 22nd of the month, the winter solstice, where the sun dies for 3 days and then is resurrected. Also very important, you guys. Let's take a look at XRP last year. Right before the dump, you guys. Right before the dump, it pumped. And it was all at the start of, oh, that's November. What was I about to say? Oh, this is a 3-day time frame too, so we'll have to go to the daily. But I want to show you where it was the start of. So, I don't know. But right before last year's dump was the start of what? Saturnalia. And then we saw XRP dump. Could we see it reverse this year? And at the start of Saturnalia pump? I don't know, you guys. We really need to be honest. We need to say it, make that decision on which way it's going to continue to go. Point blank period. And I think that's important to bring up. We trended all the way down into pretty much New Year's, and then right at New Year's we recovered. Now I'm not saying that's going to happen again, but it's like, damn, man. Like, this is one of the only coins that did that during this time of the year last year, even around the FUD of the SEC lawsuit, and then go on to recover up into new highs. Like, very ritualistic time of the year, and I want people to be careful and be just prepared. You need to be. I'm an investor for the long run, and I dollar cost average. Through all stages of the accumulation periods, and this is one of them for me. All the technical analysis and everything out there is showing me that this is it. This is an opportunity and nothing more. Yeah, there's fear, there's FUD, there's FOMO. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Even lower prices we could go to. Target order set at 56 cents for XRP, 58 cents for XRP. We might hit them, we might not, but we also got limit orders to sell, you guys, and the rest of our funds locked up on hard storage cold wallets that will never be touched. So, like, let's get fundamentally back to the basics, you guys, and create a strong investment thesis so you can get through whatever is about to come, because the market's not going to give you what you want. It throws us curveballs because that means we're heavy batters. Remember that. They throw us curveballs because they don't like our batting average. Remember that. But perhaps we have some miracle happen, but we don't live our life as if there's miracles. The importance of this video was to wash us away from predictions and price targets and nonsense and dates, and just be realistic and emotionally responsible for what is about to come our way. And that's the whole thing, and my whole process, and what I hope to be a leader in doing in my work, and the community I'm trying to build for the type of people that are wanting to be here, who actually provide real utility to a fucking conversation. A community where we can build as a community and a family, and where we're not just complaining about the markets and getting upset about things we cannot change and control. You have the power to change who you are and how you react to this market. Everything that happens in this market is just an opportunity to react to it. And if you react to it with fear, then you're in a lack-based mindset. Like we talked about, like we talked about in my last video, a fear-based mindset. You need to be that ambient, that abundance mindset, to follow this channel. You're not welcome here if you're not. And that's no disrespect or nothing, but come back when you are, you know? So as simple as all this sounds, I know it's hard to live through the day to day. I do it too, And maybe you lived through the SEC dump. Maybe you lived through this previous $1.96 dump. Maybe you lived through the C scare dump last year at 11 cents. Like most of us did. Like, what did it all create? Do you remember what it did? It took altcoins down to the greatest buying opportunities ever, and then some, like Sol and Luna and Theta and G Fuel and Veda and Theta anyways, the insane gains that some of these coins made just off of this dip last year. Some were 10 to 70,000% gains. I mean, come on. We talk about this, you guys, and just look at some of the charts when you look at them, and pull up some fibs and pull up some measurements and see what we're looking at long term. That's all I'm saying. We're seeing an increase of people just thinking they can jump into crypto and 3 months later make money. They've been lied to, you guys. Sometimes we need blood in the streets to create these gains that some of you want so badly. And so, I'm giving my warning about everything, and the market psychology and the sentiment and the philosophy. Don't get trapped in what we were talking about the other day with the Wall Street cheat sheet. Don't let them harvest your energy, because every stage of this market is an emotional stage. We spoke about this. Just make sure if you get to a point in these markets, if you've made your money, you secure your money. And it's not about being rich. It's about securing the wealth you've generated. You can make all the money in the world, and you can't take it with you at the end of the day. And, all that matters is, are you ambient and are you abundant? So, honestly, you guys, with all that being said, I'm going to sign out of this one. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you made it this far, then you're a true pioneer, and you're going to change your life. And one day your kids and your grandkids and the people around you, they're going to call you legend. And with all that being said, I want to wish you all much love and high vibrations. Take care and have a blessed day.